letting number 8658. 2018 concrete roadway spot slab repairs, St. Louis Lambert International Airport. We have 4 bids. SBC Contracting, Inc. SBC CONTRACTING, Inc. $428,325. 428,325.00. RV Wagner, Inc. RV WAGNER, Inc. $450,892.60. 450,892.60. Gershenson Construction Company, Inc. GERSHENSON Construction Company, Inc. $395,220. 395,220.00. J.M. Marchetti's Construction, J.M.Marschutz Construction. $459,554.25. 459,554.25. With the low bidder, please meet with Ms. Bryant in the hallway. Thank you.
Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is excused. Director Wilson?
Here.
Director Hayes?
Here.
Director Augustin?
Here.
Director Moore?
Here.
Director Edwards? And President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. I'll call a meeting order.
From the President's plans and specifications for letting number 8660 asphalt overlay, Terminal 1, exit roadways at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. Preliminary approval for letting number 8656, Penrose Park Velodrome, project number R 2014-87-154, St. Louis, Missouri. Contract and bond for letting number 8657, improvements at Francis Park, project number R 2017-87-128, St. Louis, Missouri. Supplemental agreement number 3 to PSA number 1070, design of airfield and airfield security projects, Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Recommendation that the board declares as emergency action work for 929 Spring Mechanical Improvements, St. Louis, Missouri. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as an emergency a broken Lamitor valve operator for pump number 4, 48-inch discharge valve located at Howard Bean Water Treatment Plant. Recommends approval. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits for AT&T be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Contractor to bore and place copper cable 66 feet bore to start at AT&T manhole 2029 at front of 756 Page Boulevard, and proceed diagonal across intersection of Page and Goodfellow at southwest corner, 5 feet from edge of pavement, 100 feet bore, will continue west to West Alley of Goodfellow, then turn south, 164 feet bore, will continue south to the rear of 1289 Goodfellow. Place Newberry Cable Optic Cable. Will start at existing manhole located at Newstead at Laclede, side 5 Newstead Avenue. From this manhole going east, AT&T will bore under Newstead for 34 feet, then under 10 feet wide sidewalk, 354 feet along the building complex at 4399 Forest Park. They will stay 7 feet off street curb due to split sidewalk. The bore will end 21 feet off alley entrance into parking lot in the rear of 4399 Forest Park Avenue complex. A new AT&T handhold, 3 feet by 5 feet by 3 feet street rated, will be placed in sidewalk 5 feet off street curb. Contractor to bore and place new copper cable from west rear property line of 5635 Linda west to a manhole located 30 feet from west curb line of Developer Avenue, a total distance of 182 feet. AT&T contractor to bore and place new copper cable from the west rear property line of 5347 Lindell to a point 165 feet west of the east property line of 5399 Lindell Boulevard, a total distance of 490 feet. Place Newberry optic cable starting at handhold to be placed on AT&T project A015ZB4 and A015ZL4 will work in conjunction with each other. This permit application, AT&T will be placing Newberry fiber cable from new handhold located at 4399 Forest Park Avenue, Park Place Apartments to alley entrance, exit to rear, garage parking for apartment complex. Recommendation that the following permits for Charter Communications be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Starting at the utility pole in the rear of 2185 Hampton, Charter would like to place a vault and bore south 150 feet, placing a vault in the sidewalk. Then bore east 250 feet, placing a vault in the sidewalk. Then Charter would like to bore 200 feet, placing a vault 200 feet, placing a vault in the sidewalk. Then bore 200 feet east, placing a vault in the grass. Then bore south 400 feet, placing a vault in the utility easement. Then bore to the rear of 2340 Hampton. Starting at the utility pole in the rear of 4366 Oletha, Charter would like to place a vault and bore north 300 feet, placing a vault in the sidewalk. Charter would then like to bore west 80 feet on private property at 4417 Oletha. Starting behind address 1808 Washington on St. Charles Street, Spectrum will bore south underground 40 feet to the other side of the street in the sidewalk. Spectrum will remove a square of the sidewalk and place a vault. From the vault, bore east 76 feet to the middle of 18th Street, where Spectrum will open cut to make a change in the direction south 90 feet to the Charter manhole in the northbound lane in front of 1801 Washington. Joint recommendation that permit for XDNet systems be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. From existing utility behind 1956 Clara, 5 feet to proposed handhold. This is a standard 30 by 48 by 36 PG style polymer concrete handhold assembly quasi. Dimensions of handhold box is 49 5/8 inch long by 36 inch deep. From existing utility pole on the north side of Julian Avenue, southwest side of 1201 Clara Avenue parcel, 5 feet to proposed handhold. This is a standard 30 by 48 by 36 PG style polymer concrete handhold assembly quasi dimension of handhold box is 49.5/8 inch long by 32 and 1/8 inch wide by 36 inch deep. Joint recommendation that permit for spectrum starting at the existing pole located behind 4417 Swan Avenue in the alley, which will be point A. From there, riser down pole cut across alley 15 feet to the north side of alley, which will be point B. From there, turn east and bore or cut down alley 96 feet, which will be point C. From there, turn north and enter building at 4400 Manchester Avenue, which will be point D. Joint recommendation that the following permits for Union Electric doing business as Ameren, Missouri be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. To construct new conduit banks in 3 areas, approximately 1,100 linear feet of open trench construction at 4th between Olive and Chestnut, Pine Street between Broadway and 4th, and Chestnut between 4th and Memorial Drive. Joint recommendation that permit for Morningstar Development LLC to encroach with underground conduits for electric and communications at 1000 South Newstead Rear Alley be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that permit for Russo's Properties for a boundary adjustment at 7501 through 11 Alaska in City Block 3075 be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that permit for Ken Essentially Thai to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe of 5 tables and 12 chairs utilizing 120 square feet at 550 North 7th Street be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, joint recommendation that permit for Greyhound to operate on a temporary basis not to exceed 30 days on the Upper Muni parking lot, and only in the event of emergency catastrophe event at the Gateway Transportation Center. If such an event occurred during the Muni Opera season, an alternative site near Aviation Field could be utilized. Recommends approval. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that the following festival zones be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Circus Flora, April 5th through May 14, 2018 for the clean zone. Clean zone for the boundaries of Washington Boulevard on the south, Delmar Boulevard on the north, North Teresa Avenue on the west, and North Leonard on the east. Circus Flora, April 5th through May 14, 2018 at Josephine Baker between Washington and Alley below Delmar and Samuel Shepherd between Teresa and Leonard. Spring Celebration, April 14, 2018, New Evangelistic Center for addendum to permit 125572, approved February 20th, 2018, date change at Locust between 14th and 15th. Now we will have the conditional uses.
The most recent email I just follow. We have one electrician. We've got a vacancy for night. Okay. Thanks.
She said she'll send them down.
just gonna fill it out. Yeah. I didn't the first time I saw it.
Thank
Apologize for my tardiness, board. Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Terrell Lyland, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. And I'm here to present conditional uses per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use applications. And they are 386 North Euclid, 5500 Gilmore, 2308 and a half Cherokee Street, 5401 South Kings Highway, 1704 South Broadway, and 1731 South Broadway. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted. Are there any questions or comments?
Any questions from the board on the conditional uses?
Motion to approve the conditional uses.
Second?
Moved in second for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is excused. Director Wilson.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Augustin.
Aye.
Director Moore.
Aye.
Director Edwards.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Conditional uses are approved. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, March 20th, 2018. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Move to approve the minutes?
Second.
Moved in second for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is excused. Director Wilson.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Augustin.
Aye.
Director Moore.
Aye.
Director Edwards.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye, the minutes are approved.
President, may I interject? Please count me as an abstain there. That was my oversight. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for that correction. Today's agenda, questions or comments on the agenda? Seeing none, take a motion, please.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Moved in second for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is excused. Director Wilson.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Augustin.
Aye.
Director Moore.
Aye.
Director Edwards. And President Bradley.
Aye, today's agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.